Harlem Street Singer tells the story of musician Reverend Gary Davis, who was influential to the early 1960s folk movement in New York City.
He was just all over the guitar, and it impressed me mightily.
For a while I thought, there's two guitar players there.
Damn near any musician who was a real guitar player in New York in the 50s and 60s was influenced by Gary.
The documentary's producer, Trevor Lawrence, explained why he felt that the story of Reverend Gary Davis needed to be told.
I think it definitely did. There was a feeling that because he was really trying to stretch what you do with the instrument and not trying to be just a blues player, that he didn't fit into, as it's spoken about in the film to some extent, he didn't really fit in to the standard blues history books. So we thought, it would be a great thing to really to showcase him and his talents, and to try to bring it to a wider audience.
Blues musician Woody Mann, who was taught by Reverend Gary Davis, discussed how his unique style developed.
Why he played like he played? I mean, my guess is just he walked the streets, he was a preacher, and his music developed out of necessity. He had to play loud, he had to play the melody. And also, if you're a street musician, people come up and say, here's 50 cents, can you play the Star Spangled Banner? And say, yeah, I could do that, So he came up with these really oddball songs, and he played, you name every kind of folk song, World War II song, Frank Sinatra song. He had some half-baked version of it, because somebody asked him to play. I think that's a street musician's mentality.
Woody also gave his thoughts on why Reverend Gary Davis's music is less well known than that of the artists he influenced.
Today, his music wasn't that kind of sexy blues music in a way. It was religious in nature, so he didn't consider himself a blues musician, and to him the blues was devil's music. He didn't play blues. In terms of the history books, also, a lot of blues historians kind of dismissed him. I think Gary Davis is starting to get his due now because people are learning his music, because there's more to it than just the lyrics and the vocals. It's actually guitar music. So there's much more depth to his guitar playing, I think, to a lot of the blues players. With Davis, the guitar was actually the composition. And I think it will be recognized in the future as more legitimate, guitar music.
Gathering contemporary footage of an artist who was performing over 50 years ago provided several challenges.
This project was, if you look at the amount of photos, and I had a couple of very good researchers working with me, but the amount of photos and music and archival film was just immense. It wasn't like we could just go to the family and say, hey, could we have your archive? It wasn't that type of a situation. The footage from Newport hadn't been out of film cans since it was shot in the mid-60s, and it wasn't ready for us until 6 months before we completely finished the film.